If you're raising a teenage son on your own and it feels like he's slipping away, this is not because you're failing as a mother. At this stage, love is not enough by itself. Teenage boys also need challenge, standards, and exposure to adults and environments that pull them forward. And if that's not coming from somewhere, something else fills that gap. Is he in his room most of the day? Does every conversation turn into attitude or just nothing? A shrug, a one-word answer? Is he switched off unless a screen is involved? Does he seem unreachable in a way that wasn't there 2 or 3 years ago? What's happening is not what most people think it is. Most of the advice out there tells you the same things. Set better limits, reduce screen time, communicate more, have the hard conversations. None of that is wrong, but it's missing something. And this is the part most parents miss completely. Adolescence is one of the most sensitive developmental windows a human being goes through. During this period, environment and relationships start shaping behavior more than anything you say to him, more than your words. And let me be blunt for a second. If nothing changes in his environment, nothing changes in him. Not next month, not next year. So if your son is drifting, it's not just a discipline issue, it's an environment problem. And once you see that, you can't respond to it the same way anymore. Here's what's actually happening inside him, even if he can't tell you. At this age, your son is trying to answer a question he doesn't have words for yet. What kind of man am I becoming? That's the real project of adolescence for a boy. Not grades, not behavior, identity. He's scanning his world for reference points, for some version of manhood he can orient himself toward. And if there's no clear grounded reference point for that, he will look elsewhere. YouTube, gaming hierarchies, influencers, online spaces that offer him a tribe, a ranking system, a sense of belonging to something bigger than himself. These aren't random distractions. They're filling a vacuum. If a real man doesn't initiate him into reality, the internet will initiate him into a simulation. And that simulation will shape how he thinks, what he values, and what he believes he's capable of. That is often what happens when that developmental need goes unmet. Now, and this is where it gets a little uncomfortable, there's something else going on that most parents misunderstand. Teenagers are extremely sensitive to status and respect. They don't respond well to being managed. They don't respond well to long conversations about their future. But they respond very strongly to adults who expect something real from them and who genuinely believe they can meet it. So when you try to pull them closer with more talking, more explaining, more emotional check-ins, it can actually push him further away. Not because he doesn't care about you, but because it doesn't match what he needs at this stage. And you probably know this, right? This is not a criticism of you. It's just that the tools that worked brilliantly when he was 8 stopped working the same way at 15. Because what most parents are really afraid of isn't the screen time, it's the quiet feeling that they're losing him. And they don't know how to get him back. If that's where you are right now, that's exactly the feeling this is meant to address. When you feel him pulling away, the instinct is to double down, try harder, explain more, be warmer, be closer. I understand that instinct completely. But here's the honest reframe. What he needs isn't more love from you. He already has that. What he needs is structure around him, an environment with standards, adults outside the home who expect something real from him. So the question is not, how do I become both mother and father? That question will exhaust you. It will never have a clean answer. The real question is, how do I build an environment where he's not relying on me alone? 3 things, practical ones. First, place him around men. Sports, a gym, martial arts, a job, a coach, an instructor, an employer, an uncle, an older cousin, a youth leader, a family friend with standards. Any context where expectations exist and men are present. And no, this does not mean he needs some perfect father replacement. It means he needs repeated exposure to men, standards, and settings that are bigger than his current comfort zone. You're not replacing anything. You're expanding his world. And here's the thing. Waiting for him to want this on his own is a mistake. You place him there first. Motivation comes after exposure. This is one of the highest leverage moves available to you. It will take persistence, some logistics, and probably some pushback from him. That's fine. Do it anyway. Second, introduce real demand. Teenagers rise when they feel something real is expected of them. Not vague encouragement or pressure, actual expectation combined with genuine belief they can meet it. That combination, high standards and real belief, is what the research keeps landing on. What does this look like? Responsibility, contribution, routine, things that matter, that have consequences, that connect him to something larger than entertainment. Chores that actually run the household. Work that earns something. Commitments he has to keep. The goal isn't to make his life harder. The goal is to make it more real. Third, change your positioning. Less explaining, more clarity, fewer words, stronger frame. You're not negotiating his future with him. You're structuring it. There's a difference. Negotiation invites debate. Structure just exists. Sons feel that shift immediately, even if they'd never say so. Researchers like Lawrence Steinberg have spent decades documenting how much environment shapes teenage behavior, more than parenting style alone. And David Yeager's work shows specifically that teenagers respond best to adults who hold both things at once: high expectations and genuine belief in their ability to meet those expectations. Neither softness alone nor pressure alone moves the needle. It's the combination. And once you see that, once you stop trying to solve a structural problem with emotional tools, things start to make a different kind of sense. You're not behind. You haven't missed the window. You've just been trying to solve a structural problem with emotional tools. And that's not a character flaw. It's what most of the advice out there told you to do. Your son does not need a perfect situation. He needs a stronger structure than the one currently shaping him. And if you don't build that structure deliberately, the internet will keep building one for you. If you want help actually building this structure around your son without pushing him further away, I've put together a community where we work through this with parents in real situations, step by step. You'll find it in the description, because this isn't something you fix in one conversation, right? It's something you build, whether you do it deliberately or the internet does it for you.